Hello, welcome to Numeristical, coming at you Thursday, May 9th, 6:50 in the morning, California time, bringing you the picks of the day. Let's start, as always, by reviewing the picks from yesterday. But today, not much to review from yesterday because we had one game. We'd picked the Mets on the money line plus 130, but they got rained out. So, not much to talk about. No profit or loss for the day. We're up 0.52 units for the year. Let's move on over to today's picks. We got 7 games today, so relatively light day for Major League Baseball. Going through our filters, it's telling us to look at 3 home teams for sides. First is the Yankees against the Astros. It likes the Yankees but wants minus 113 with Pinnacle showing minus 129. So that might be a little bit of a stretch. Let's go over and see if we can find it. So click on over to money lines. And Houston Yankees, yeah, we're not going to get minus 113 on the Yankees, so won't be placing a bet there. Next up, the Guardians and the White Sox. So the model likes the White Sox, says they're 46% to win, so that if you can get 142, it's worth a bet. And Pinnacle showing 151. So let's take a look, see what we get on Wager Talk. So on Wager Talk, we can get, let's see, 154 on Bet Online. So model loves the A's. It likes the White Sox too, apparently. Again, I think it's finding that these big underdogs are not quite as big. So it's not that it thinks it's going to win. It just thinks it's going to win enough of the time to be worth a bet. So let's mark that down. White Sox plus 154. So go over here. White Sox 154. Next up, Royals and the Angels likes the Angels. If you can get 111 with Pinnacle showing 104. So let's take a look to see if we get the Angels plus 111. And no, we're not getting the Angels plus 111. Plus 105 is as good as we're seeing. So not going to have a bet there. Let's move on to totals. So totals, here's the 7 games, the probabilities. And it's telling us to look at 3 overs. So the first is the Twins Mariners, and it really likes the over at 6.5 here. The model's given 63%, so this is unusual for it to be that strong. You do have 2 very good pitchers going, and Logan Gilbert was amazing in his last start, but the model's still saying at 6.5 is a very low point. To bet it at minus 128 with the market showing minus 102. So let's take a look at Wager Talk, clicking on over to totals. So here you see, yeah, 6.5. You can get minus 108 at Bet Online or Heritage. So we're going to take that Twins Mariners over 6.5, minus 108. Over 6.5, and that's the Twins Mariners. Twins Mariners. All right. Next to look at Rockies Giants. Likes the over if you can get a little better than even money at 9.5. So let's see if we can find that. 9.5 over. Now we're getting minus 103, but we're not getting any better than that, and we're not getting any 9s. So not going to find a bet on that one. And then finally, Yankees Astros. Likes over 8.5 again, though wants better than even money. So let's see if we can find an 8 there, or find something unusual. Nah, 8.5. We got minus 10 across the board. Minus 108. So we're not going to find a bet there. So officially, we're going to take 2 bets today. It looks like One side, one total. Side is the White Sox plus 154, big underdog. The other is the Twins Mariners over 6.5 at minus 108. I do want to start looking at, I think I told you I'm going to start looking at spreads too. So I have a spreads model. This one is less tested. I put this more in the realm of like a new model because I haven't back tested it with odds since I don't have spreads odds right now for historical data. But it's using the same techniques I'm using for the other models. So I think it should have pretty good validity. So here you see are the 7 games. Here are the point spreads. And here's what lines we need to bet on the home point spread, what lines we need to bet on the away point spread. And going through our filters, it likes 3 home teams. So it likes the Reds minus 1.5. If you could get 161, and we're showing 165. So let's see if we could find a bet there. So spreads. We're looking at the Reds minus 1.5 now. I've mentioned these numbers, they leave out the 1 for some reason. So when it says 60, that's plus 160. So we were looking for 161 or better. So 61 or better. And yeah, we see 165 bet online. So I'm going to mark that over here. I'm going to mark that on a separate sheet that spreads. So I'm going to say we're going to bet on the Reds. I'm going to make a new column here. Spread. Reds minus 1.5 at 164. 165. Whoops. 165. Okay, going back to spreads, also says to take a look at the Rockies plus 1.5, and says you want better than minus 124 for the Rockies plus 1.5. So over here, Rockies plus 1.5. We're showing the best we're showing is minus 113. And yeah, that's enough. It's saying minus 124 is good enough. So we'll take the Rockies plus 1.5, minus 113. Rockies plus 1.5, minus 113 at circa. So let's do that. Rockies plus 1.5, minus 113. Oops. 1.5 minus 113. Next up, again, the Yankees. So you see there's some consistency in what the model likes here. So it's saying take the Yankees minus 1.5 if you can get 167. Yankees minus 1.5. And you see, yeah, we're not quite getting to 167. We can get to 160, but not 167. So we won't put a bet down there. And then finally, the one visiting team it likes is the St. Louis Cardinals. Minus 1.5. If you can get 138. So let's take a look at that. Cards, Brewers. Cards minus 1.5. Yeah, we need 138. Cards minus 1.5, and it looks like we're getting 137, but not that. Not better than that. Yeah, so we're just shy of placing a bet there. So we won't put a bet down there. So that's it. So on the spreads, our new spreads model, We'll take two bets. We'll take the Reds -1.5 at 165 and the Rockies +1.5 at -113. So that's our bets for today. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.